So, good morning, students. Let us start our new lesson number 6, insects. You often see many tiny creatures like houseflies, mosquitoes, butterflies, etc. around us. And this group of organisms are known as insects. So, insects are the largest group of animals on the earth. There are more than 1 million kinds of insects that are found on the earth, and these insects, they mainly differ in their size, shape, color and many other features. So now let us read about the characteristics or the features of the insects. Number 1, insects do not have bones. Number 2, all insects have 3 pairs of legs, that is 6 legs in all. Number 3, many of them have 2 pairs of membranous wings which help them to fly. Insects like butterflies, honeybees and bumblebees, they get attracted towards the fresh flowers. And when these insects visit a flower, they sit on the flowers and then the pollen grains, the small particles present in the flower, they stick to their legs or the wings. And then it gets transferred from one flower to another, and this process of shifting of pollen grains from one flower to another is known as pollination. So what is pollination? The process of shifting or transferring the pollen grains from one flower to another. Children, do you know there are certain insects like bees, ants and termites. They live in well-organized colonies. That's why they are known as social insects. So now let us study about the useful insects. So as you know, there are different insects which are useful for us. The number 1 is honeybees. So honeybees, they are the insects which build their hives on the trees and roofs of the old buildings. And these honeybees, they are usually attracted to sweet smelling flower. And such flower, they produce a sweet liquid called as the nectar. And honeybees suck nectar from the flowers and carry it to the hive where they live. A beehive mainly consists of 6-sided chambers called as the combs, and honeybees store the nectar in these combs. And this nectar, it gradually changes into honey. You must have seen how the honey is collected from a beehive, and it is collected by lighting a fire under it. The heat and the smoke drives the bees out of the hive. The people who collect the honey, they remove the hive and then they collect the honey stored in it. Do you know, students, a colony of bees in a hive has about 50,000 to 80,000 worker bees, and their work is to collect the nectar. It also has a few hundred male bees which are called as the drones, and there is only one queen bee in a hive. The second useful insect is the silk moth. You must know that the silk is obtained from one insect named as silk moth, and it grow on the mulberry leaves. The silk moth, it releases a liquid which changes into a fine thread. The moth weaves a cover around itself with this thread and it forms a covering which is called as the cocoon. And when this cocoon they are put in the hot water, then it changes into fine thread of silk. Number third, the third useful insect is the lark insect, LAC, lark insect. So this lark insect, they usually grow on the banyan trees and they secrete a semi-solid substance called as the lark. And this lark, it is used for making paints, varnishes, printing ink, bangles, etc. The next useful insect is the ladybird beetle. And this insect, it looks very beautiful, red in color, very small in size. And what is its function? It eats a large number of pests that are harmful for plants. So these are the names of some useful insects.